today we have 4 members of the local group Queer and Present Danger reading for us excerpts of a couple scenes from the play I Want a Baby. It's Sergei Chwechakov's 1926 play in which he kind of explores all these various cultural issues from rape to masturbation, sex and sexuality, and Soviet eugenics, which is the process of using science to determine how to have the best sperm to have the best baby. So these are 2 scenes, scene 6 and scene 9, and they're going to introduce themselves, the characters. The main character is Milda, and he's kind of, so you'll introduce who you're.
I'm Ava Feminelli. I'll be playing Milda, a cultural worker.
My name is Malcolm Pelletier, and I'm the stone turner, an inventor, and Milda's confidant.
My name is Eden Castle, and I'm going to be reading the building superintendent.
And my name is Lenny Marcello, and I'll be reading the stage directions for this first scene. Alright, scene 6, I Want a Baby. Milda's room. Milda enters with a briefcase, stone turner with his little bundle.
Can I bed down in this corner again like I usually do?
Of course, why ask?
I thought perhaps you've got new rules now, or perhaps you've taken up to pacing down the room.
Nothing of the sort. Do you want some tea?
Tea's bad for you before bed. It's the alkaloid tannins. It overstimulates you.
Are you going to bed now?
Yes, as Chamberlain would say. In the first place, I have to do work in the morning, whereas you have work to do this evening.
Okay, settle yourself down. I won't look at you.
You can look if you want. I'm not shy with you. Milda, you're a good chap. I don't think of you as a woman. There's only one thing wrong with your place. Not enough Turkish divans. You see, inventor though I may be.
Take the sheepskin.
She throws him a long overcoat. Stone turner getting undressed.
Working on your resolutions again?
Yes, for the Conference of Cultural Education Workers.
Boring people.
What do you mean, boring? So you joined the reactionary tendency?
Aren't you fed up with cultural education workers?
What I'm fed up with is you and your rambles, Stone Turner.
Ah, Milda, you're so slow Russianizing yourself. You live in the Russian Soviet Federation, yet you don't know that you can't say rambles like that in Russian.
Well, your ramble gets on my nerves.
Rambling, Milda. You have to say I was rambling.
Well, okay, but you know what I mean.
I understand, of course, that to quarrel with 2 landladies in one evening is not a good idea.
He lies down, fidgets.
Milda!
Agreement among district organizations.
Keeping her finger in her place on the page.
What?
Have you seen the Mandate at Meyerhold Theater?
Yes, I've seen it. It's a good play.
I'm not asking you about the play. You're not Bliam. Do you remember how the servant sat down on a pistol?
Yes.
With me, the position is exactly identical. I can feel a pistol, but I can't get at it. Remove this artillery piece.
Milda pulls out a revolver from the overcoat.
How can you sleep in your boots, Stone Turner?
Well, what if there's a fire in the night? How will I make my getaway?
So unhygienic.
I could take them off.
He takes off his trousers and puts them on a chair. Some flashcards fall out of his pocket.
What are these? Cloakroom tickets?
No, Milda, this is one of my best inventions. I invented it yesterday because there's so much bad language about these days. People spend ever such a lot of energy on foul language. So what I've done is simplified it. Each abusive word has its own number. For example, the number 2 means silly ass. Number 3 means fool. 4 is bastard. Number 8 means idiot. So now, calmly, without raising my voice, I just hold up a number. That's all. So I never have to use abusive language. 195, that's a fantastically filthy word, incredibly foul.
He's picking his toes.
Listen, Stone Turner, you're filthy. Like Vien Suks.
Kindly translate.
That's Latvian for you stink like a pig.
You could have refrained from translating.
You probably haven't been near a bathhouse for a year.
Milda, that's stupid. How can I go to the bathhouse? All sorts of riffraff go there. The devil knows who. It's rife with disease and a completely uncivilized way of getting washed, corresponding with a low level of productive forces in a peasant economy. As a consistent socialist, I believe that in every citizen's house there should be a bath, as in all the best hotels, and on every bath, taps. One hot, one cold. That's when I'll sink into a bath, turn on the taps, put the old hooves on the...
You mean, until we've got socialism, you won't wash your feet?
Agreement among district organizations.
What agreement?
That's where you stopped in your resolution. Carry on. Good night.
Fidgets.
Ah!
He holds up a gadget.
What now?
My electrical element, made out of a coffin lid.
Milda takes it and puts it on her desk. Music comes from behind the partitions.
That music again. I can't work with that going on.
But it puts me to sleep.
Milda whispers, turning over the pages of her book and making notes in the margins. There's a tap on the door.
Yes?
The block superintendent comes in. Milda, glancing around.
Uh-huh. Comrade Superintendent, have you come about the central heating? Something's cracked over there.
She points to a central heating pipe.
What do you mean the heating?
The central heating.
She's checking back and forth in her book, making her replies preoccupiedly.
I didn't come about that. I finished work for today. May I sit down?
Yes. Sit down.
He turns the key in the door, then approaches the table. His next speeches are hesitant and awkward. She breaks them up with phrases such as, uh-huh, yes, I see.
You know Comrade Angelica? She was talking to me about you. A lot of interesting things.
Fame at last.
You're all bound up with work. Why don't you relax sometimes? Do you ever take a break?
When I sleep,
Do you drink beer?
hardly ever.
Do you go to the theater?
I don't like it.
What about music?
Can't stomach it.
I work like a pack horse too, 8 hours a day, but I know how to relax as well. Without a bit of fun, there's no relaxation, and my nerves would be shot to hell. I'd lose the knack of laughing, I'd just grin through my teeth. But with a good stiff drink, do you drink? Have a drink, maybe. I'll go and get us a drink.
No.
You're not listening to me. You see, comrade, what I said probably seemed to you, well, a bit odd, but I know you as someone who's absolutely without prejudices. That's not just a compliment, it's a fact. Are you listening? Well, you see, my wife went off to stay with her father a week ago. I'm all by myself. A sufficient period for me to develop an irresistible physical urge for a woman. I won't go to prostitutes, I'm sure you understand. I've been observing you for a long time. I know you're a healthy, robust person, you're on your own, you're an excellent comrade. You really wouldn't deny a comrade such an understandable request, would you? I mean, will that be all right?
Milda, dragging her eyes away from the book.
Sorry, comrade. Wasn't listening properly. Could you repeat all that?
Devil knows what. In 2 words, look, my hands are shaking. I've gone soft in the head. My wife's gone away. I need a woman.
What's that got to do with me?
It's you I'm asking. You're a living human being. You can't do without a man. It's only for half an hour, like comrades.
Comrade.
I know I'm off my rocker.
He takes her by the hand.
I'm an absolutely normal male.
Comrade.
What's the matter? If you see someone who's ill, you give him medicine. If you see someone who's hungry, you give him some bread.
If someone was ill, I'd get him first aid. And if someone was hungry, I'd direct him to a feeding point. But as for you, comrade.
What are you afraid of? Getting pregnant? Don't worry, I know all about contraception. I've got one with me. How vulgar. Is that what you're frightened of?
What am I frightened of? I'm frightened of gonorrhea. Go out on the streets or go and resolve the question by yourself in your own room without a woman.
Huh. That's your considered opinion, is it? You're sure?
Masturbation, even at your age and in your position, in my opinion, can do nothing but good.
That's none of your business. So you don't want it?
I don't want it.
What idiotic narrow-mindedness. Blatant vulgarity.
Have you finished?
Superintendent puts his hands over her mouth and drags her down into the bed.
To hell with it. Lie down, lie down.
Milda gropes with her free hand for the revolver, doesn't find it, puts her hand on a book, knocks the superintendent sideways with the book, and pushes him away.
Get out of here!
The superintendent jumps away and treads on Stone Turner.
Watch out! What a shit! Milda!
Ah ha ha, I get it now. Excuse me.
Get what?
None of your business, I'm talking to her.
Stone Turner, show him the door.
Get off! Don't you dare let that bouncer get his hands on me.
Me? A bouncer? You son of a bitch.
Belt up.
Clear out, you turd.
Kindly belt up, you fellow. This isn't a brothel. People are asleep around here.
Swine! Scum! I'll turn you
Stone Turner,
black
stop it.
and blue.
Stone Turner, use your numbers.
I'll make mincemeat out of you.
Use your numbers, do you hear?
I'll disfigure you, burn you away with vitriol.
Stone Turner.
I'll give you one.
Milda getting between them.
Numbers!
Stone Turner pitifully.
2, 3, 4.
He wants to throw out the superintendent, who is sitting on the floor, but the door is locked.
Milda, have you got the key?
The door is open.
It's locked.
You had it all set up, eh? Unlock it.
The superintendent's hands are shaking.
Stone Turner, you do it.
Stone Turner's hands are shaking.
Give it to me.
She opens the door.
I'm having no more of this sordid business.
Absolutely correct, Comrade Manager.
A crowd gathers in the corridor.
There are unauthorized citizens strewn around the rooms.
Is that what you came here for?
Shh! After 10 o'clock, talking in the corridor is prohibited. I ask you to respect the rules. Goodbye. Please observe the rules. Goodbye.
There were snakes ready to betray us in the Civil War, and there are still some around now.
Milda, shall I lock the door?
No need. He won't come back now.
Socked him with volume 5, eh?
He picks up the book.
That little book came in handy. He really had a go at you. Well, go back to sleep.
Silence. Milda is studying.
The coordination of schools. Schools. Coordination of schools with What a proc.
Mispronouncing prick.
Thought he'd found himself a ready victim. Contraceptives. Coordination of schools.
You were wrong to make me count.
Milda, after a pause.
Good for nothing. He's put me off my work. Better go to bed.
She lies down. It's dark. She calls out.
Stone Turner? Not sleeping?
No.
That fellow came barging in. His nerves, you could see all unshrunk. He wanted it, but I find it so revolting.
Permissiveness. Sexual neurosis. Nowadays, we all suffer from it.
No, listen. I'm all muddled up. What do you think? Is it possible for a woman to want a healthy baby but not a husband?
What do you mean, possible? She must want one, and indeed without a husband. But what's happening these days? Chaos. Everything happening by chance. People get down to screwing on the spot where they meet. On the train, in the office, at the hostel. Milda, there are native tribes in which a newlywed couple is forbidden to drink at the wedding in order not to damage their posterity. But in our country, people get tanked up on purpose. Is it any wonder when the kids of drug addicts, syphilitics, alcoholics turn out to be cretins, epileptics, or scrofulous, or neurotic? Syphilis is a swine. It keeps its head down and jumps out 4 generations later and devours a person. Look what strains of wheat, what heads of cabbage, what amazing horses or dogs you get with selective breeding.
Hang on a minute, Stone Turner.
No, Milda, to hell with husbands. They only make problems. What do you say to the syringe? That the state gives the most productive women workers the best sperm. The state encourages this method of selection. It takes responsibility for the upbringing of these children, and it develops a strain of new people.
I'm not asking you about that, Stone Turner.
In this way, scientific control of the human being can be exercised not only during the child's formative years, and not only at birth, but also at its conception.
Will you just stop babbling? Without a husband, you see. I want a baby, but I don't want a husband. And I've no wish for a family. But suppose I said to a man, give me a baby.
You? You mean you?
Stone Turner, you fool. Do you really not understand? Are you teasing me?
Me?
In your opinion, am I a woman or not?
Stone Turner is dumbfounded. He rushes over to his clothes, throws his trousers on, and runs out.
I want a baby. A little baby for me. I can't bear it. I can't get on with my work. I want a baby.
And now this is partway through scene 9, and Milda has found a construction worker, Jakob, who she decides can help her with her mission of having a baby.
I'm going to be doing the stage directions for this part.
And I'll be playing Milda.
I'll be playing Jakob.
And I'll be playing Olympia or Limpa, who is Jakob's girlfriend.
No, I have a half hour.
No longer?
It's just that I promised someone I'd meet them at the park.
And you want to go? For a drink?
No, I don't drink. I like listening to music or going to films. Actually, you're asking me about my grandfather. I was thinking back and I remembered some more things about him. My grandfather was so strong. He was a fighter in the circus, and then he went off his rocker.
Went off his rocker?
He became violent.
Was he ill?
How can I cut it? It wasn't because he was ill exactly, more because he was so healthy. His wife was, well, not very faithful, and, well, he became violent and strangled her. And she was ill for a long time, and they put him in a straitjacket. I remember that jacket. The sleeves went down to his feet. And you, comrade, you're a writer, aren't you?
No.
It's just that I've remembered everything I can about my grandfather to tell you. Are you getting material together for some sort of lecture?
I can explain it now, comrade. Will you listen carefully? I'm not a very good speaker, and this matter is very difficult anyway. Of course, you know that here everything's being newly constructed. They're setting up cooperatives, hospitals, schools, in a word, everything to improve people's lives.
Voices interrupt from the outer hall.
Things getting on top of you?
Yes. Now, where did I get to? Yes, but I'm not putting this the right way. You see, comrade, let me explain more simply. You know, we have production. This is what we get when the factories of the soil produce things. And then we have reproduction. That is, when mankind renews itself, or to put it more simply, people have babies.
Right, get you.
But when production isn't properly planned, you get a poor quality product. And when you don't properly plan human reproduction, you get poor quality people. From infected parents, you get infected children. From alcoholic parents, you get feeble-minded children. From the mentally abnormal, suicidal children.
Right, I get you.
And then you drag marriage into it, and the family, which brings up the children all wrong in their own image, and to be like them.
Silence. Somewhere a child begins to cry.
Listen, it's crying. It's probably got a tummy ache.
More likely it's asking for some titty. It's starving. You interested in babies then?
Yes, you're very close, comrade. I, comrade, want to have a baby, but I want to have a sound baby, one whose father is a healthy fellow and a working man. There.
There you go then. Not a bad idea.
So you agree to be the father?
Me, the father?
You, the father.
Are you bonkers, comrade?
I'm absolutely in my right mind.
In the first place, comrade, I already have, how should I put it, a woman. And I'll probably go to the registry office with her. It's what I want. You want a bit of a fling, but I'd be the one to pay.
Comrade, 1 minute. Let's consider it point by point. What can happen to a woman is that something seems to take her by the throat so strongly that even the work she's supposed to be doing starts to go by the board. I don't want a husband. I want a baby. It's not you personally I need, it's your sperm. As for me, I'm absolutely healthy. I've got a note from the doctor here, dated yesterday, so you won't be taking any risks. And I'm not going to interfere with your relationship with another woman. There is no obligation on you if you're afraid of paying maintenance. I've taken care of all that. I've got a document here, legally attested, stating that I waive any right to make claims of any kind on you. And so, just to recap, you will come and sleep with me, just until such time as my pregnancy is confirmed, after which we will part, having no claims on each other whatsoever.
Comrade, I understand you, but why me? Are there so few blokes in the world?
Comrade, I've been looking around for a long time. I needed a man who is not only healthy and strong himself, but whose father and grandfather were too.
Oh, so that's why you're asking about my grandfather.
Well, yes. Besides, I want the father of my baby to be 100% proletarian.
You could have taken Gringo. I mean, he took a shine to you.
But he's more cautious than you. And I'm cautious too. And cautiousness, multiplied by cautiousness, might produce a dolt.
So you reckon I have to be the father?
Yes, you.
This is amazing. Really amazing.
He laughs.
Comrade, do you think this is a joke?
I mean, not bad for a laugh. Straight out of the joke book. Come on. You're having me on.
Comrade, I'm quite serious. I'm not going to repeat myself. I think you understood it all perfectly well.
I understand it, okay?
So, what?
Maybe what?
Do you agree?
Oh God, I don't know. It's a bit of a palaver.
It's not a palaver. You're going to stay here tonight.
Tonight?
Why not?
I don't get it. How can you just set about making babies on purpose?
Why are you digging your heels in?
I don't know how to tell you, comrade.
I know. I'm not very beautiful.
What do you mean not very beautiful? A girl's a girl.
I'm not a girl, I'm a woman.
Oh, it's all the same. A wench is a wench.
So what's the problem?
Well, sorry, comrade. I just don't seem to. How should I put it? I don't fancy you.
I see.
Well, people stroke each other when they get up to mischief, when they're getting all excited that way. Then you've got everything that goes with it, a laugh and a giggle, music, one thing and the other. Here, it's like a court appearance.
I know. I foresaw that. Wait here, comrade, just a minute.
She goes behind the screen. Yakov fidgets. Milda from behind the screen.
Sorry. What's your name, by the way?
Yakov. Yakov Plumer. What's yours?
Milda.
That's not a Russian name.
I'm Latvian.
Ah, they're good snipers, Latvians. Good workers, too. They stick at their work.
Walking up and down.
Comrade.
Yes?
Comrade, look. You know what I think? It's not right, what you're thinking of. I'm being a swine to Olympia, that's the first thing. And the second is, I don't know, what do you think I am? A stallion? A stud or something? It's okay for you, but I don't want to.
Comrade, just a minute.
What am I waiting for? We're not going to agree. I'm going, comrade. Sorry. The door is locked. Have you got the key, comrade?
Wait.
I don't want to wait. Give me the key. I'm off. Away. I've got to go. Bye.
Stay there.
A knock on the door. Milda dashes to it, knocking over the screen as she does so. She has waved her hair, she is made up and powdered, and she has a low-neck dress on.
Who do you want?
Behind the door,
Is Plumer there? Yakov Plumer?
Yakov signs to Milda to deny it.
No.
You're lying. He is there.
He's not.
Open up.
I can't.
Yakov, I heard your voice. Answer me. You promised you'd come. I've been waiting an hour. Yasha, Yakov, why don't you say anything?
Comrade, there's no one here.
I don't believe you. You watch it, Yakov. Stay there if you want. See if I care.
What the hell is this? It's like a different person.
Looking at Milda.
You mean her?
No, I mean you. How'd you get yourself looking like that?
Same as every other woman. At the perfume shop, at the hairdressers. Yakov,
Yes.
come here.
She leads into the bed.
Don't think of anything else. Listen, you're strong, you've got nice eyes. We're bound to have a good baby between us.
You're a cracker. You've got such round, strong hands.
In these hands, I shall rock the beautiful little golden knight.
You're a funny woman. I don't know how to use makeup. Your lips are blood red.
This mouth will sing lullabies to the little furry, silly talker.
You've got good, round breasts. Firm.
They'll produce sweet milk for the itsy-bitsy, squealy-weely, teeny-weeny one.
And your hips are big and wide.
They'll help to bring forth for me, Yasha, my little romping one, my bright-eyed twiglet. Yakov, give me a fine baby.
Closer. Move up closer.
Turn off the light.
He puts the light out.
Oh, they can.